in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the USC Trojans, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
To the air on second down. Finds his man in the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. He's thrown 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
On third and short, they'll go to the power running game. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on fourth down in his own territory. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
There he goes. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Now he's looking to throw it. Going to take a shot at this DB. Intercepted in the first drive. Ends with a pick.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
This offense is so deep in the hole, it looks like the end zone's at the end of the earth. Looking for a man. It's Herring. Wasting no time taking a shot. And incomplete on the deep ball. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. With just a few games remaining, they're atop the conference standings. Jesse, how hard is it not to look ahead at this point?
Really, really hard, because everybody's talking about the conference championship, who you might play. You still got to deal, and you still got to take care of business on the field today. That's the most important thing. It's been a phenomenal season up to this point, David. Great things ahead, potentially, but you got to win this one today.
Well, and I think that's what's really important. It's a great start, and now it's about finishing the season. To be at the top is awesome, but you can't lose a conference game or 2 conference games and get yourself out of the mix here right at the end when you're so close to the finish line.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Fires downfield. Finds a man by himself. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
And I don't know as a defense on 3rd down how you let that guy be wide open. You can let the tight end be wide open. Maybe a running back leaks out. You're not letting one of the best wide receivers in all of college football be that scot-free. That was just way too easy for the offense.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Bland.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Turning it on! Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot in the zone and make himself open for the quarterback and make it a much easier pass. Great job.
The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. They'll run it to the right side. Finds a crease up its right.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another 1st down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll leave it with him. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set.
Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score. You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Autzen Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Trying to set up the screen. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
He didn't didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
The Trojans moving quickly to the line.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. First play of the period, first down here. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And wings it incomplete.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Toss to the outside. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing out a little bit.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little warmth out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Jean-Pierre. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The play action fake. Quarterback moving. He'll pull it down. Across the 25, he's got room. He'll go out of bounds It's Herring. Escapes the pressure going right. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Hard running there. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the strong run on second down, third down coming. Do they do it again? Now he's going to break the pocket. A strike downfield. Still running at the 40. Ripped off a huge shot play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding it.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there. And as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of guys.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Back to pass. It's complete on the right side. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking to get it in. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Dropping back, it's Herring. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Oregon! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab on the left.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Dances away to buy time. He'll pull it down and run. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain. They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense has just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And the defense makes a play. They get the quarterback down at the 26.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. And the third down pass is incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Makes the catch at the 45. Wide open, it's a foot race. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking for room, it's Bland. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. And the Ducks have moved it inside the 20. They'll go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
The Ducks have it with a first and goal. To throw, it's Harry. There's the pressure. Cannot get away. It is a huge sack, and I can't imagine what he was thinking on that play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. That is just a sideline credit. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. Touchdown, Ducks! Fit it in the window for the score.
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that one's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. This time it's complete. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. just enough time for one final play in this half. Here's a heat. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Trojans will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Jean-Pierre. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always
throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. This guy's putting the Oregon offense on his shoulders, carrying them however you want, on the ground or through the air.
I mean, so fun to watch when you got a guy that can do this. And we've seen it with the Ducks in history, man. They've had some great ones that put their team on their shoulders. If you need me to run it, I'll run it. You need me to throw it, I can do that too.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. There's still plenty of time, but you see that 21-point. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
It's picked off. That's number 10. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Ducks! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick sixes? This guy is now making plays, not just for his defense. He's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick Six, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Makes the catch. It's Morrison. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there.
All by himself down the middle. He's at the 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Trojans!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Number 11, set to kick off.
And he's not going to take the touchback. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. Breaks into the open. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give to the tailback. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
He might want another play. Looking to pass. It's Jennings. He's taking the shot. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And that's exactly what I would do, too. Why would I not keep throwing that dude the football? I know it was incompletion, but he has had a day. He's been cooking this secondary, and they've tried to find ways to get him the ball because he has been so dynamic today.
That'll be a gain of about 7, leaves him with 3rd and 3.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key.
There he goes. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
They'll ride the hot hand. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
And the Ducks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give from the gun. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, the nice lead here late in the third quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
Once you start getting closer to the end zone, you start bringing in more big bodies, right? They're going to run the football more. The field shrinks. I can run different coverages, but really nice job saying, that's fine. You bring in the big bodies. I'm going to toss the ball on the perimeter for a nice positive gain.
Knocked away, incomplete in the end zone.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Jennings. Touchdown, Oregon! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, that is so good. There's not a lot of room to work over there on the sideline in the end zone, but he was able to control his body, catch the football, make sure he had a foot down inbounds. It doesn't get any better than that.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
USC 14.
Out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. The lone back's got it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Brings up second down.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. He's got it on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
Complete to the left. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. They want to run this quarterback. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Trojans want to move quickly. No problem for the offense there. They just took care of business.
And you practice these situations nowadays, you know you're going to go for it on fourth most of the time. 4th and 1, you feel very confident, you're ready to rock and roll, and they get the first down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Working the middle. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Trojans are moving quickly down the field.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Trojans with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. He lets it fly. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, trailing this much in the 4th quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
He's not afraid to go deep. Pulls it in down the sideline. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
As they say, touchdown, first down, or get down. He gets down. The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing...
Unleashes one deep. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. The toss to the right. Runs through a tackle. There is nowhere to go. He has stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. They'll send the back in motion. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it from the gun. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those 3rd downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
Quick release on the RPO. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming.
Time is set. Igloo! Igloo! This is what we want. This is what we want. Black 24! Black 24!
He'll pull it on the read. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Offensively, this is a beautiful time now because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much, we're up. This game's over after that missed fourth down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built.
Breaks away on the left. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. He'll take it himself. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Loses 6. Brings up second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming.